You can't even imagine what lies within the depths of an American aircraft carrier. It's not just a ship. It's a floating metropolis with its own infrastructure where time stands still and legends are born. Think for a moment, because right under your nose, something extraordinary is happening. Equipment worth billions of dollars, insane power, and unique technologies. Today, you'll see something that will make your eyes go wide and send adrenaline coursing through your veins. Buckle up. It's going to be something incredible. This aircraft carrier is one of the oldest in its class. It was launched way back in 1968. The ship is named after Chester Nimitz, who commanded the U.S. Pacific Forces during World War II. Its home port is at Naval Base Kitsap, Washington, on the northwest coast of the United States. The aircraft carrier Nimitz, a true floating fortress, measures 1,089 feet in length and 249 feet in width. Its displacement is 217 million pounds, and it can accommodate up to 90 aircraft and helicopters on board. The aircraft carrier has a crew of about 3,200 people, including 2,480 members of the Air Wing. Additionally, the ship can host U.S. Marine units and Navy SEAL Special Operations groups, using the aircraft carrier as a base for their operations. The ship is powered by two Westinghouse A4WA-1G nuclear reactors, each generating thermal power of 90 megawatts. These reactors drive 4 steam turbines with a total power output of 280,000 horsepower. Thanks to this, between scheduled nuclear fuel replacements, the ship can operate at sea for 13 to 15 years and cover over 1 million nautical miles. The backup power system consists of 4 diesel engines with a total power output of 10,720 horsepower. The aircraft carrier is equipped with 2 massive anchors weighing 66,000 pounds each, for 5-blade propellers with a diameter of 21 feet, and 2 steering systems that provide a turning radius of 4,900 to 5,900 feet. Nimitz-class aircraft carriers have a classic hull with a superstructure rising above, located on the right side, known as the island. Aircraft are raised to the deck using 4 elevators. 1 is located on the left, and 3 are on the right, with 1 elevator behind the island, and the other 3 in front of it. The aircraft carrier is also equipped with 4 steam catapults, allowing 2 aircraft to be launched simultaneously at speeds of up to 124 miles per hour. Below the main flight deck lies a gallery that houses the control centers for the catapults and arrestor wires, as well as some living quarters. This gallery extends the entire length of the ship. Below the gallery is the hangar deck, where the aircraft are stored. Even lower are 9 decks serving various purposes. The nuclear reactors and aviation fuel supplies are located on the lowest levels. To combat anti-ship missiles at close range, the Nimitz-class aircraft carriers are equipped with Mark 15 Phalanx CIWS and RIM 7C Sparrow RIM 100-16 AC RAM missile systems. The assembly cost was $4.5 billion. Annual maintenance is $160 billion. The ship belongs to the Nimitz class. It was the second vessel of this series. Construction began on August 14, 1970, and was completed on October 11, 1975. The ship was launched in 1977. Its size is impressive. The length reaches 1,092 feet. The width of the runway is 252 feet, and the height from the keel to the top of the mast is equivalent to a 24-story building, 244 feet. The draft varies from 37 to 41 feet. The flight deck covers an area of nearly 4.5 acres, which is comparable to 3 football fields. The main source of power comes from 2 Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors, which supply 4 steam turbines with a total output of 260,000 horsepower. This engine provides virtually unlimited range, allowing the aircraft carrier to remain at sea theoretically for 18 to 20 years without the need for refueling. The ship's infrastructure is organized like a city. It has an airport, a nuclear power plant, a movie theater, a store, a barbershop, a hospital, its own TV channel, and even a newspaper. The standard crew includes 4,700 people. However, during wartime, The number of sailors can increase to 6,287. The living quarters are equipped with small rooms with beds and no windows. On board, there are weapon systems such as the Sparrow missile systems, short-range systems, and the Vulcan Phalanx gun system with a diameter of 20 to 30 mm. Computer-controlled and designed to destroy incoming enemy missiles, the aircraft carrier can accommodate up to 100 aircraft. For catapults, and the same number of arresting mechanisms allow for the simultaneous launch and recovery of aircraft. Thanks to its technical specifications and the high level of crew training, takeoffs and landings of aircraft are possible even with wave heights of up to 49 feet. Come on, dude! About 7,000 sorties are carried out. There are around 22 million pounds of aviation fuel stored on board. According to the plans of the U.S. Navy, the aircraft carrier Dwight D. Eisenhower will remain in service until 2025. The assembly cost was $4.5 billion. Maintenance costs are $2.6 billion. I described another major U.S. aircraft carrier in my Telegram channel Unusual America, where I share the most incredible stories from life in the U.S. and important news. Check it out, read, and subscribe. The nuclear aircraft carrier in service with the U.S. Navy is the sixth ship of its type in the Nimitz class and is named after the first President of the United States, George Washington. Participating in a number of operations, this aircraft carrier has showcased the power of the American fleet in various corners of the world, becoming an important element in the strategic demonstrations of U.S. strength in the global war on terrorism. The crew of the aircraft carrier George Washington consists of 5,680 people, including 2,480 in the aviation division, responsible for operating fighter jets, attack aircraft, specialized and transport planes, and helicopters. Power is supplied by two Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors, which drive 4 steam turbines, generating a total power of 260,000 horsepower. The maximum speed of the aircraft carrier is 30 knots in addition to offensive weaponry. The George Washington is equipped with a range of defensive systems designed to repel attacks from enemy aircraft breaching the screens of fighter jets and supporting fleet vessels. Among them are 2 launchers for the Sea Sparrow missile system, 2 launchers for the RIM 100-66 Ram air-to-air missiles, and 3 Phalanx close and weapon systems with a diameter of 0.787 inches, and 3 Phalanx close and weapon systems with a diameter of 0.787 inches. For electronic warfare, the SLQ-25AB4 countermeasure system is used, along with torpedo countermeasures as needed. The radar equipment includes various systems, such as the ANSPS-48E for three-dimensional air target search, the ANSPQ-9B for target detection, and the dual ANSPN-46 air traffic control radars. The construction of the aircraft carrier was ordered in 1982. The keel was laid in 1986. It was launched in 1990 and officially commissioned in 1992. It was launched in 1990 and officially commissioned in 1992. Notably, the ship is assigned to the Yokosuka Naval Base in Japan and is affectionately known by the nickname JW. Today, it continues to serve in the U.S. Navy. George Washington is the only American aircraft carrier with a home port outside the United States. In November 2010, it was sent to the waters off the coast of South Korea to participate in joint naval exercises with the Republic of Korea in response to the artillery shelling of a South Korean island by North Korea, which resulted in the deaths of 2 Marines and 2 civilians. As you can see, the largest aircraft carriers of the U.S. protect the interests of their country and go where help is needed. But if you get into a car accident in America and don't know what to do next, where should you turn for help? Where can you find a competent lawyer? How can you get compensation if you don't have insurance? The company Accident America helped secure $21 million in compensation for its clients. They will definitely answer all your questions. Link in the description. The fifth in a line of 10 Nimitz-class nuclear aircraft carriers in service with the U.S. Navy. The Stennis is a powerful tool for air assault with an unlimited range. This makes it a key player in global operations of the American Armed Forces, capable of performing a variety of military and political tasks, whether it be offense, defense, or deterrence. For me, the prize is the design. The design and layout of the USS John C. Stennis follows the standard pattern of Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. The island superstructure is located on the starboard side, while the angled flight deck is on the port side. The straight flight deck extends to the bow of the ship, and 4 steam catapults launch aircraft into the air from 2 straight forward decks and 2 angled ones. 4 hangar elevators service the flight deck. The self-defense system includes 2 launchers for surface-to-air missiles, -57 Malawian Quachas, Mod 3C Sparrow, 2 launchers for Mobile Rim 100-16 missiles, and 3 close-in weapon systems, Phalanx, -15 Malawian Quachas with a diameter of 700.87 inches. In the morning, 780.07/100 inches. The carrier's offensive capabilities include about 90 different types of aircraft, among which are strike fighters, anti-submarine and anti-ship planes, interceptors, and transport aircraft. As a ship with a nuclear power plant, the John S. Stennis has virtually unlimited range. 2 A4W reactors manufactured by Westinghouse and 4 steam turbines drive 4 shafts with a total power of 260,000 horsepower, allowing speeds of over 30 knots. The ship can accommodate more than 5,600 people, including a significant portion of the flight crew. In all respects, the Stennis and other Nimitz-class ships are comparable to a real floating city. The first deployment order for the Stennis was received in 1998 when it headed to the Persian Gulf to enforce a no-fly zone over Iraq. In 1999, the aircraft carrier underwent sea trials, and in 2000, it returned to the Persian Gulf to continue enforcing the no-fly zone. After the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, the Stennis was involved in combat operations against forces in Afghanistan. After completing this mission in 2002, the ship returned to the U.S. In the following years, it participated in various exercises and goodwill visits, and it also carried out missions in the Persian Gulf again in 2007. The aircraft carrier is named after U.S. Senator John C. Stennis, who served in the Senate for over 40 years. Currently, John C. Stennis is in Norfolk for a $3 billion overhaul, which is scheduled to be completed in 2025. The aircraft carrier was commissioned into the U.S. Navy in 2009. Being the largest military vessel in the world, it has the following characteristics. With a displacement of 242.5 million pounds, a length of 1,092 feet, 2 nuclear reactors, and the ability to reach speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. The aircraft carrier holds 90 planes, including the FA-18 Hornet, F-35C, and AV-8B Harrier II, 5,000 crew. The ship can operate for up to 20 years without refueling. The crew consists of 5,000 personnel, and the ship is capable of remaining at sea for 20 years without refueling. The control tower is equipped with advanced navigation tools, satellite communication, and powerful radars that allow monitoring the situation thousands of miles away in the air, on land, and underwater. The bridge and the entire ship are protected by a 2.5-inch layer of Kevlar armor. The bridge and antennas have been moved closer to the edge of the deck, thereby increasing the space for aircraft takeoff and landing. Watch as the guided missile destroyer DDG-551 awaits its approach to the military supply tanker USNS Patuxent TO-201, which is in the center, while Patuxent is refueling the guided missile cruiser USS Leyte Gulf CG-55 on the right and the destroyer Roosevelt on the left. All these ships are preparing for final positioning under the command of the aircraft carrier George Bush to carry out assigned tasks. In the hangars of the aircraft carrier, there is a large workshop equipped with various machines and spare parts. Here, it is possible to carry out repair work on both the aircraft carrier itself and any aircraft. More than 2,500 people, including women, are involved in supporting the flight crews. Aircraft are launched from the deck using a catapult. The fighter jet is literally shot into the sky and then continues to fly on its own. Landing, however, requires greater precision. The pilot must hook the arrestor wire with the tailhook, the tension of which is adjusted based on the weight and speed of the landing aircraft. Exceptions are made for helicopters and fighter jets that can take off vertically. Each crew member is busy with their work. A typical sailor's workday lasts 12 hours, including breaks for meals, 4 hours of personal time, and 8 hours of sleep. In addition to daily duties, regular training and drills for emergency situations are conducted on the ship. Sailors are trained in various specialties and professions so they can replace each other if necessary. Also, the aircraft carriers conduct tests of the latest reconnaissance tools using unmanned aerial vehicles. The cost of the aircraft carrier was nearly $6 billion. The U.S. Navy aircraft carriers are the main striking force of the American naval forces when conducting operations using conventional non-nuclear weapons. The United States holds a leading position in aircraft carrier construction and remains the largest aircraft carrier power in the world. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.